Listen, they walk through fire, bodies weary, spirits tested. But from the ashes, they rose brighter. Two women, two warriors, and two women, two warriors, two stories stitched with love. Scars don't chain us down, they're maps of battles won. We rise together, stronger than before, turning pain to power, opening the door. Voices like a lighthouse, shining through the storm. The strength of a woman is to rise and rise once more. The world whispered, too hard, too heavy. They answered back, watch us. Even when the pain tried to break them, they move the mountains with love. Oh, we rise together, stronger than before, turning pain to power, opening the door. Voices like a lighthouse, shining.
Good day, good week. Hello, pulpits.
How's it going? Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining A Warrior's Journey today. It's the first day of December. Oh,
Unbelievable.
my gosh.
Where
It's
did our year go?
crazy. It's insane. Guys, we have a lot going on today. We have a lot of information. Remember, like, love, share, and hit that notification bell. Mr. Rita always lets it ding, ding. And remember, we are not medical professionals. We're just two women that we go through our stories. We talk about wonderful things, and we hope that we give you that safe space to do the same. I'm out of breath now, Jarita. You can take it.
I mean, you said pretty much everything, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest, Miss Sarah, Aunt Sarah on Clapper app, where we met her. She joined us last Monday. If you guys don't recollect, you can always hit that replay. It is on every single platform on the universe, and for good reason, because we're trying to ripple a type of awareness that we haven't seen anywhere else. So without further ado, I'm going to let Aunt Sarah take the floor, kind of recap what's going on, and I'm just here to listen.
All right. Thank you, Tarita. Thank you, Denise. Thanks for having me back.
Welcome in.
Well, last week was the first week of a 6-week challenge that is being run by my favorite preventive neurologist, Dr. Richard Isaacson. You can learn more about him at his website, retainyourbrain.com. But he's trying to give us simple habits to keep our brain healthy during the holidays, as well as continuing those habits for a lifetime. And last week, the habit was to have kind of a gratefulness practice and just take 5 to 10 minutes a day to think about maybe 3 things that you're grateful for. And if you really wanted to soup it up, you could have like a gratefulness journal, but I didn't do that. So I wanted to check and see how everybody else did who joined the challenge. Did everybody have a day, at least a day or two?
So first off, mute over on Clapper real quick, because it's not letting me mute. For some reason, and I'm the host over there.
Okay.
And second, because they can hear you through us. Second, we have been doing it every day in here in our every day. So I know everybody that's been here has been doing it.
That's right. So if they've been with us through the week, they have been doing that. We do it. And we actually tell them, like, before our ending words, our ending mantra, we let them know that that's going to be that moment that they can take, whether it's the whole time of the mantra or if they just take a couple of minutes. We do like a little breathing and a little thoughtfulness at the very end. So if they're here, they're doing it.
Great combination. Great combination. And remember, the reason that we're doing it is gratefulness is a form of meditation which calms your mind and helps prevent aging of your brain, shrinkage of your brain, keeps you from hopefully ruminating, meaning thinking about the same things over and over again that you're worried about. So kind of breaking that cycle. So that is awesome. And as for me, I definitely did it, and it helped me not lose my mind this week, because I mentioned last week that it was going to be new as of today. I started what will be a year's worth of immunotherapy to prevent my kidney cancer from coming back. So went in at 7:15 a.m., had my blood draw for the labs, and then at 8:15 had my first infusion of Keytruda. And I didn't have any initial reaction, and hopefully, knock on wood, I won't have any other bad side effects. But just learning about the process and what the potential side effects are, and how this was such a surprise, blah 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 blah. I caught myself a few times this week really sinking into bad places. So I stopped looking at Facebook groups from people who are on this immunotherapy, because until one of those things happens to me, I'm not going in there and finding out what might happen to me. That's just not healthy. I did that, and I made sure that every time I started feeling that, I just stopped and was thankful that this therapy was available to me at all, that I have, even though we're paying a freaking fortune for Medicare and supplementary, that it's covering it, and that I'm going into it a healthy person, which has been kind of a shock to every doctor. Like, they're like, "You're only on one drug?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on the lowest dose of statins and vitamin D." And they're like, "Okay." So I'm very fortunate that I'm going in a good position. So think about that, guys. If you want to make sure that you can fight things off in the future, take care of yourself, your brain today. But anyway, so that is week 1. So keep that going. Next week, the following weekend, the rest of your life. And then this week, you're going to see my husband pass by on his way to work out. This one's going to be a little tougher. This one's going to be tougher. He wants us to avoid drinking our sugar. So you may have heard me say last week that he has said that if you want to press the fast forward button on dementia, eat a lot of sugar. And that's refined sugar, that's honey, that's agave, that's all of them. You just don't want too much of any of them. And I think a lot of people really aren't aware of how much added sugar they're taking in, whether it's through regular sodas, peppermint mochas, PSLs. I mean, those things have serious sugars. If you ever look in the app at the nutrition, it's frightening. It really is. And if you think, "Oh, well, I'm just going to have one of those," well, you could probably get all your added sugar and your calories for like half or more of your day, depending on what size you get and what you get. Yeah. So his suggestion is, if you don't get it all, just don't drink them. If you need a little something, like instead of a big thing of cranberry juice, have a little bit of cranberry juice and put some sparkling water in there. I just like seltzer water, as my niece calls it, icky water, but I love seltzer water, maybe a slice of lime or lemon.
And if drinking sandpaper.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's got that burn in the back of your throat, like a good diet.
Tony loves it too, and I'm just not. It's literally like drinking sand to me. It's not quenching.
I could just sit and drink gallons of it, but you don't want to drink too much of that because it's bad for the enamel on your teeth. So it's like everything I love. But anyway, right. So he said, if you just absolutely can't give up your PSL or your mocha loca chate, whatever, just ask for, instead of 5 pumps of something, 3 pumps, 2 pumps. And I've done that for a long time, or get a skinny pump. Yeah. I know he's not big on artificial sugars either, but I think it's better than getting full blown, because basically Starbucks automatically adds, what do they call it? They don't call it their simple syrup, but basically it's simple syrup, where they just melt granulated sugar into water and heat. And that's what they're automatically putting in things. Like if you go to get a matcha, you have to tell them not to put the sweetener in the matcha. And they used to have the matcha pre-sweetened. So it's like you think you're going in and getting something healthful, and kind of are, but it's kind of getting negated by all that sugar. Mm-hmm. He also added to, if you want to add to your challenge, is to limit the booze, which I know during the holidays is hard, but I've already cut down on mine so much, it's not that big of a deal. Plus on Keytruda, it's like no booze. So no Cabernet Sauvignon for at least a year.
Aww.
I haven't had my beloved dry martinis in several years. All right, bye. But yeah, it's once you get used to not having them, it's no big deal because it was really a part of our social life and
Yeah.
our personal life. We would not think twice about coming home, making dinner, have a glass of wine, eat dinner, have a glass of wine. If we're really in a good mood, have a glass of wine. All of a sudden, I've had 3 glasses of wine, and it adds up quickly. So again, that's an extra thing. Or the tip that I started doing when I was cutting back initially was, I call it watering down your booze. 1 glass of water, 1 cocktail, another glass of water, another cocktail. And also you can always, ask them to put less booze in it, but just, you're going to feel so much better that night and the next day. And in the long term, you're doing yourself a big favor. But that is week 2's challenge. So hope everybody's up for that one.
I can pass that with flying colors as I drink primarily water all the time, or milk. I drink the lactose-free milk. It does better for me. I am, however, today drinking a little apple cider. So I was like, I'm drinking sugar day. I'm never drinking something like that, but I am drinking apple cider today because it is the holidays, and I didn't have any more room in my refrigerator, so I honestly poured this to get rid of it to make room. I've been drinking on it all day long, so I'm a water girl. So and then I don't drink a lot. I did drink a tiny bit, probably an equivalent to 3 glasses of wine over the whole holiday, but I haven't drank but one time before that in 2 or 3 months. So I'm just not, I don't know, this will be easy for me too.
Yeah. Well, I think
What about you guys in the comments? PJ,
sitting here eating Reese's peanut butter miniatures. How many?
how many? She's like, I'm living vicariously through this.
I guess they're not drinking it, they're eating it. So that's
they're eating it, so they're eating their sugar, not drinking their sugar.
Right.
All right. So do I need to repeat anything that I said when I was echoing and clapper, which I thought I had muted?
No, we could hear you okay. There was a little bounce back, but it was okay. It wasn't a problem. And I don't think you had really gone into you were talking about what you had done, and then we mentioned the mantra and things like that. So no, that was fine.
Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to have to do to challenge myself, 2 things. One is I really don't drink enough water.
I love water.
And then being on the immunotherapy, you got to stay hydrated. So I need to drink at least 2 to 2.5 liters a day. So that's going to be my challenge. And the second one is I have been off and on Diet Coke for my entire adult life. And I know it's not good for me, but sometimes it's like I'm an emotional eater.
Terrible. It just tastes, it's the worst one of all of them. I've tried them in one form or another because I need a drink. If you drink Diet Coke, I just rather drink the sand water. Good God.
More for me. But all right, so I'm going to
get off.
I'm going back off the juice, getting off the juice again.
Get off the juice, girl.
Yeah.
Well, we are holding space for you every day in your therapy.
Absolutely.
If you need anything ever or just to talk or scream, we're always here. I love to invoke the power of now. I have just a magic touch with that. So if you ever need anything, feel free to reach out to any of us here privately, publicly, however, and I'll open this live for you and serenade you, girl.
So how often, if you don't mind me asking, how often do you do these treatments?
It's going to be every 3 weeks for a year. So 17 treatments in total.
Okay.
And so I guess some of the side effects can happen as soon as immediately. And that's kind of an allergic reaction. Didn't have that, but some of them can take up to weeks, months, even weeks or months after you finish the whole thing. So I'm going to be doing a lot of gratefulness practice and a lot of breathing to not have constant anxiety about what's going to happen.
Right.
What's going to happen tomorroh? Because
definitely.
I can't control tomorrow.
That's right. Stay in the now. Stay very positive. And I agree with Dorita. You have a lot of positive reinforcements around you, so you can always reach out. You know that I'm only a text message away.
Yes. And I appreciate that. It's good to know you there.
Always reach out. I'm always here, so just keep that in mind. But I think this is a good challenge for the second week, right? It's like if you add the gratitude and you continue the gratitude and then add on the avoid the sugars and choose to booze or no booze. I think that's a good next step. So I'm excited to see what next week is about too. I mean, now I'm eager to know what's going on.
Yeah, this is kind of a surprise. I mean, it's a good one, but it was a surprise. I thought,
I mean, you have to think though, like to create a routine, right? It takes approximately 21 days to create a routine. So if you think about it, we're 24 days away from the Christmas season, right? We're 24 days away from Christmas. So maybe that's the thought in this process is like one of those are two of the hardest ones, the sugar and the booze is two of the hardest ones to get away from. If you're trying to
And he
change
came out the gate with that, so he's serious.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And sugar's always been a problem for me. I would be like really good, like all year long. And then Christmas with the family, everybody has their specialties that they make. I like her chocolate chip cookies, her thumbprint cookies, her whatever cookies, and her cake and whatever. And that would just probably emotionally my excuse to then just go on a binge. And then about, I'd pull my head up around Easter and be like, holy crap, what am I doing?
What did I do? What did I do?
And I eat malted milk ball, robin's eggs, and think about it. But no, got to stop that.
Yeah. So guys, in the comments, let us know. Do you like this second challenge? Are you going to try to do this second challenge? I mean, we know we're going to keep that mindfulness in there whenever we go live. We did decide, I want to go ahead and say this. We have talked about it. And instead of going 5 days a week, we're going to go to 3 days a week. We'll do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You're still going to get the same love that we always give. This is just going to space out a little bit of that energy as we focus on other things as we move into the new year and kind of like build our prospects, the people that we want to bring in as guests and things like that. So we're getting it to where it's going to be more productive. It's going to be more valuable to you guys. So just stay tuned as we keep moving forward into this new routine. I hope that was okay that I said that, Jarita. I know that
and we'll always move into however it's going to move into here. We're looking into subscriptions and things like that. And we'll move however we see that it should move. But as we're waiting, like she said, we have some energies that we need to give to both of our businesses and things like that. And we think that we could add that same value instead of reiterating it every single day without anything fresh except our awarenesses, that we could put that and do 2 days at a time and put that together. So it again, you guys let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think in personally in our DM, however you feel. And like she said, this could also make days open, like Tuesday and Thursday would then be open if we want to have a bigger show that's not connected to these shows and things like that. And I love that idea. If we want to have like a yoga training, a mindfulness training, a tapping, we could put those things in on those Tuesdays and Thursdays and not have the segment plus that where you can just focus on one thing. So I think it's beautiful. I hope you guys agree. Yes, tapping. We want to do all the things. So let me, please tell me to drink water. Drink your water, everybody. Blow your nose. Inhale.
Drink that water. Drink that water. It's good for you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sarah, for bringing in and telling us about your gratitude and things that you did this week. I do keep you in my thoughts and my prayers daily.
Especially in your first day of treatment, still coming in. Like this is what we talk about when we talk about the embodiment of warrior.
Yeah, you got to do it. Life goes on.
That's right.
This is how we make sure life goes on.
That's right. You can just continue doing it. That's right. So thank you so much for doing that for us today and coming in and then giving us our next challenge. So as long as you feel well on next Monday, we'll continue with the plan of Aunt Sarah coming in next Monday, and she'll give us our next challenge for the week, and she'll tell us how her week went.
All right. Sounds good.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys. I'm going to go make a healthy meal now.
Say it again.
I'm going to go make a healthy meal now.
Drink some water. Healthy meal.
All right.
Breathe.
See you next time.
Good night, sweetheart. Thank you. Tenfold blessings always. You guys, again, thank you so much. Tap, bell, do all the things. We want to talk about something super important today that is worldwide, and it is super serious and segues into the next. It inspired my art as always. but on a level of global awareness, because this is World's AIDS Day and it affects everyone. First established in 1988, making it the very first global health day ever recognized. And its purpose is powerful to raise awareness about HIV and AIDS, honor those that we've lost, and support those living today with HIV. And it's rooted in truth, compassion, and the fight against the stigma.
Yeah. And you know, that's right. It's all about that warrior energy that we always talk about, the courage to be seen, to seek that care and to support the others that are going through these things. That all matters. So just guys, remember that is all part of this warrior journey that we always talk about, right? We always encourage, give the support where the support is needed, no matter what the journey is. So do you know someone that you want to honor today that has been through this warrior's journey? That's what we want to call it today, because that is definitely a big journey to be on. So if you know someone, throw it in the comments. You don't have to give us a name, just throw us a heart in the comments and let us know, let us acknowledge that, show that love out there, for anyone that is going through that today.
I would like to say I have a couple of friends that deal with this, and the technology is incredible. And just know you guys can still hug these people. You can still love on these people. Some of these people actually have physical relationships. There are great advances, but I want to also make you aware that this is something that has fallen off is safe sexual awareness and preventing AIDS. If we took away all the people right now on the planet that have AIDS, we would have a huge hole in everyone's heart.
Yeah.
Every one of us would be affected by that. So when I think about that and that global effect if everyone was gone, it brings us to our next topic, which is a day without Art Day. Another important observance today without Art Day was created in 1989 by visual aids. It
Mhm.
started as a day where museums literally covered or removed artwork to symbolize the creative voices lost to AIDS.
Yep.
Again, look at our artwork. I love these
Absolutely.
subliminal messages that we put in the time that we put in these things. Over time, this has shifted and it highlights artists living with HIV, which I love, and bringing awareness to that healing. And we were just talking about having those Tuesdays and Thursdays for those healings. And like Rooster said, the spiritual healings. And I think that's beautiful because those are times we can pause and not be so formal. Just come in here and do some breath work, do some stretching. Denise is putting together a whole segment for beginners, modifications. She's got that are going to be affordable for everyone to
Yeah.
be in her space. She is really working hard on making these things for you guys. And I can't wait for her to open this up. Is some things that she wants to do at the beginning of the year. What she has in store for us all is something that we can implement on these days, just like Sarah's challenges, just like the challenges you guys may be doing in your own spaces, the artwork, the music, what that look what Tyler's making right now. I'm a lover of trees, so I'm just drooling. These
Yeah.
are things also that can invoke the power of now.
Yeah, for sure. And like, remember, you have to remember that art does teach us, right? It comforts
Art
us
saves lives.
and it tells us like truth about whether we're ready or not, whatever we want to put into words, right? It reminds us that human experience is it's wide and it's deep. It doesn't stop in just one place, and every voice matters in this. So guys, just remember that. Please just think about these things as we go through these. What form of creativity helps you express what words can't? We have a
We
lot of
say that
creative
art
people.
saves lives in here all the time. And there's so many people that prove that. Look at that picture, looks real.
I know, I know,
Saving
and
my life right now.
that's right. Your art, it doesn't necessarily have to be drawings, right? Your art could be dancing. Your
Or
create
poetry like Miss Martha.
could be dancing. It could be art. It could be music, like American. We have a lot of different artists over here making videos. Okay, who said that? Sarah. I knew that. I knew that. I knew who that was as soon as I seen it before I even seen your face on that notification. Yeah, there's so many people, right? And all these different arts, they just take you away. They free you away for a little while, right? And they clear your head and they just let you express what you can't put into words, right? It's just something that you can't do. Now, our next one is pretty crazy. This is a big one. This is Rosa Parks Day. Do you know who Rosa Parks is? If you do, let me know in the comments. Rosa Parks on December the 1st of 1955 made a decision that echoed across the generations. Rosa Parks Day is celebrated. Now, she's celebrated multiple times. I think it's 2 times actually throughout the year. Today, it's in Ohio and Oregon, honoring her courage in refusing to give up her seat. She didn't just stay seated, she stood up for dignity, humanity, and equal rights. So she made a big impact on the world, right? And today was one of those days. She also has another day in February, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in February.
And her story does remind us that the smallest action, we talk about this all the time, the layers, the fundamental, the smallest action does become the spark. Sometimes reclaiming your seat in life, in your healing, in your boundaries, sometimes that's the bravest thing you can do.
That's right.
And
That
you
is a
guys, if
great.
anybody has been through anything hard, you know that.
Yep.
You know that, warriors. You know this. Where in your life do you maybe need to reclaim some of that land back, some of that space back? So I know that I've had epiphany after epiphany over the past just 5 days of my life in revamping what I'm going to do because my energy. I no longer. I used to think that was the greatest saying. I match energy, but it's not. I don't want to match your energy. I
Yep.
want to match my energy,
Yep.
not yours, because your energy is draining. Your energy can be very selfish. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you in general, I'm saying people thinking and looking out to someone else. So
Yep.
instead of matching energy, keep your same energy like this woman and standing in your light, like the light that Tyler
Right.
just put in that picture. Absolutely looks like the sun peeking through there. So you can
Yeah.
stand in that light
Yeah.
no matter
Absolutely.
what the consequence, and look at what happens. That opens something that should have never even been closed. It should have never even been questioned, which is an equality status.
Yep.
Should have
Ab-
never been questioned.
No, no, it shouldn't have. So I agree with Jarita. Like, remember your space, remember your seat, right? Find your seat and
Find your
let
seat, people. I'm sitting by the window. What about you?
fill it, fill your spot. You know where your energy is. Feel your energy. And I don't mean like feel, FILL your energy.
Feel.
Take it in.
Hmm.
Yes.
Feel
Take
your
it in.
energy.
Use it. Be your energy. Be the energy that you need for yourself.
And energy that's good and happy brings me to the next topic, which is Walt
Woo-hoo!
Disney Day. Such a fun loving happy thing, and regardless of negative connotations, that's like going to a church. I want to give an example here real quick. That's like going to a church that somebody was doing something scandalous in that you had no part of, but you felt really fed at that church. Their scandalous has nothing to do with what brought you to that place or in any space. Their scandalous mind has nothing to do with that. Just like this, Walt Disney is was founded on making children smile, making people smile, feeling warm. And I know that I've had many times loved the way I felt. I can't even watch Moana because it's so powerful to me, right? So, regardless of any negative connotation, there is a fundamental beauty there. It's always celebrated on the first Monday of December, and it honors the visionary who transformed storytelling forever. Walt
Yep,
Disney did believe in imagination, innovation, and creating worlds where people could hope again.
that's right. That's right. And you know, if you look at it this way, that's really the heart of a warrior's journey, right? It's
Yes.
holding on to that imagination, getting that creativity going, right? When life gets heavy, and then just believing in your own magic.
Do you
There we
believe
go. We
in
just brought it back around.
magic?
Believe in your own magic, showing up for your story, even if it's messy.
Mm.
Living one day at a time, take it every moment by moment, and living your story. Because that's what we have. We have our stories. Dare to dream and dream big. I agree. You can dream big, but take it one day at a time.
But dreaming, like we always say, that manifestation is nothing without your movement.
That's
So
right.
dreaming big is sometimes just not enough. And look, Walt Disney encompasses that. look what he did, and look at what all those people did, and all the drawing. Look at how that used to be. It's still hard today, but look at how it used to be frame by frame. It would take years to make these things, and that is beautiful. And I think about those movies. What if those movies inspired you guys? Are there several? Are there none? Are there some? Share in the comments. What about you, Denise? Were you ever inspired by Walt Disney or any other, childhood movies? I have
Um,
so many.
I
I
mean,
quote them.
I mean, I watched a lot of Disney movies, but I don't know. I don't know if I would say inspired me, but there was a lot of them that captivated me, right? Like you just fell into the imagination that was there, right? So it just became a captivated
Is
energy.
Matilda Disney?
um, I don't
Is
know.
do y'all know if Matilda is Disney? I think about like movies like that really moved you. You know what I mean? That really had all the
Yes,
elements and
yes, yeah. So that's why I say they captivated me and they took me in, and uh,
right.
they enhanced some of my happy energy, right? And then some of them you get so captivated into them, you feel like you're in the true story, you're in their story, right? And you feel the heartache that they feel, or you feel the happiness that they feel, or whatnot.
Yes. You can
So
empathize and or
yeah,
sympathize and or empathize with them,
yes,
and
yes,
they really do that beautifully with the music and just the whole ambiance. It brings everything together. It's not just
yep,
visual, it's also audible. It's just when you
mhm,
start invoking those powers of now, you get drawn into the story in real
that's right.
life.
Yeah,
Love it. I
absolutely.
love it.
And and there goes that music and the pictures and all of it together, creating that perfect artwork, right? And it just brings you straight into that. I don't know, all of them. I loved Disney movies, and
Me
I let
too.
me and my kids watch Disney movies together, and there were a lot of things that my kids loved that we watched that was Disney when they were younger, and I still, even older, watching it with my kids, there would be movies that we
I
would
love
watch
it
together, and I would just cry right along with them,
for
and
sure.
I just would fall into them. So yeah, I agree. Uh,
And then today is also marking a day of kind of a fun little whimsical thing that's been a more recent situation created, which is Cyber Monday. This was actually created in 2005, which is a little bit later than I was thinking in my head. I was thinking this was like 10 years ago. Yo, this has already been 20 years we've been doing Cyber Monday. Does it feel
no,
like we've been primarily using the internet already for
that
20
is
years, you guys?
insane.
When retailers noticed this spike on online shopping after Thanksgiving, it started becoming Cyber Monday. And now we have specials just like Black Friday. We discussed that last week. But the cool thing about this is you can't get mad at each other. There's no violence and all that stuff. You might be getting mad, but you're yelling at a screen.
Yeah, and sometimes it's easier to support small businesses because a lot of them don't have a brick and mortar, and they can ship it to you, right? There's a lot of
I
digital.
feel like a brick and mortar is the demise of small businesses. It's so much overhead. That's why I don't have a brick and mortar.
Me too. Me too. But there
They
are
really don't make it easy.
no, there are some small businesses that are brick and mortar. We have the tea guy that we love so much.
Right.
They have
We have HTO here. That's funny. And it's a small business.
yeah,
It's funny.
3 years since the internet became commercialized.
31,
Oh,
31
31.
years.
Sorry, 31 years. I missed the one. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, so that helps you support small, right? You go find these small businesses and find them, order things from them, buy things from them. I know that we have a lot of friends that have small businesses and we try to support
I
them.
wanted to.
So it is definitely important to think about that. And that's another thing that just brings in for us is just support those small businesses on that Cyber Monday that we have now. And you don't have to
I
fight.
agree.
I agree with that. Oh my gosh, the things that happen on Black Friday, you don't have to worry about that if you do Cyber Monday.
Right. And I don't think you have to worry about it at Walmart anymore either because they locked it up. Like we were talking about last week, you guys. So are y'all shopping today? Did anybody get any deals? Are you not shopping? Are you boycotting the commercialism of it? What are y'all doing? Let me know in the comment. It says over here, love Matilda, love Donald Duck. Me too, Rooster. I love all of the things. So
Too.
I am so thankful today. We had Aunt Sarah back.
Yes.
She's doing good. We're going to keep holding space for that. I am so grateful to you and to her and to all of you out in our audience, because after all, there's no song without a listener, right?
That's right.
And I want to tell y'all, stick around for after, because we're going to have a mantra. We're going to do our breathing, and we're going to be grateful during that breathing for everything, the adversity, for the fabulousness, all of those things. And then we'll see you guys on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Go create your best day. Thank you.
Embrace the journey you're on, guys. You don't have to do it alone, though. See ya. Today moves with awareness, speaks with courage, honors the stories that shaped us and the voices that still rise. Truth is welcomed, peace is protected. The spirit is fed with compassion and creativity. Strength stands firm. Softness meets the moments that need it. And the path moves forward, braver, wiser, and deeply awake.
From limitations to liberation, we are a warrior's journey. Different battles, same mission. Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central.